Talk about ser versus estar, both verbs meaning to be. So in English, we only have one verb to be. In Spanish, there are two. Your learning target. I will identify the differences between ser and estar. So here we have ser versus estar. So first of all, let's just look at our verb charts here. So soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. And hopefully you're very familiar at this point with what ser means. If there are any questions, please review Unit 2. We go over ser conjugations in depth. Estar, estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Okay, so here are our conjugations. They both mean to be, but you use them in different contexts. So here are our different reasons. Let's look at these. So ser, a permanent condition. So on the other hand, estar is a little bit more temporary. Permanent condition. Personal traits. So like a characteristic about a person, like are they nice or kind or happy, like how they are as a person. That's not something that really changes. So you use ser for that. Personal traits. Physical characteristics, right? I'm tall. That doesn't really change. I'm fat or skinny. Technically, weight can change a little bit, but generally it's like you just use there for it. Generally, it's kind of a permanent thing, the type of person you are or how you look physically usually doesn't change too much. You also use it to indicate professions. So if you're like a teacher, you say soy maestra, I am a teacher, or whatever job it is. And origin, as you should know, right? Saying where you are from, you use ser. That never changes. So generally you can think of ser as something that's a little bit more permanent. Yes, the things can change. It doesn't have to be like 100% permanent, but generally those types of things don't change. Estar. So this is more temporary type of verb. So except for the one thing, well, sort of. Location. We want to really focus on this today. Location. Things can be in a location for a temporary time or forever. Either way, it doesn't matter. If it's a location, you always, 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 always use estar. This, I really emphasize this because this is the biggest mistake students make when it comes to these two verbs. Okay? So if I said, my cup is on the table, that's a location. You're going to use estar. And yes, that could be temporary. My cup might move around, right? But if I said like where my house is located or where the city is located or the country or an ocean that's always located there, it's still a location. Always use a star for a location. Then we have here describe conditions, which is really just temporary conditions such as like how you're feeling that day, if and it kind of goes with the one below it, how someone feels, right? If you're sick or sad or happy, you use a star for those kinds of things. More temporary overall. Okay, so again, emphasizing use a star with location, even if that location is permanent, such as New York City is in New York, right? Está en Nueva York. It always is there. So don't worry about the permanency factor. Worry about if it's location. That's when you use a star. Okay, ser versus estar. Let's look at some examples here. So we have yo soy alto. I am tall, that physical characteristic. Yo estoy cansado. I am tired. So that kind of that feeling of being tired, more temporary. Tú eres estudioso. You are studious. That's like a personality trait. You're a studious type of person. Use ser. Tú estás contento. So like right now in this moment today or something, you're happy. Estar. La casa es de madera. The house is made of wood. So it's kind of a more permanent thing or a physical quality characteristic. La casa está al lado de la piscina. La casa está al lado de la piscina. The house is next to the pool. So using it for location. The house isn't going to move around, but either way, it's a location. Somos de Arizona, so using it for that origin. And for those physical descriptions, the school is big. You use ser for those physical descriptions. Estamos bien, we are good. Kind of that temporary condition. La ciudad está en Texas, so the city is in Texas. Again, it's a location. Las mochilas están aquí, the backpacks are here. So again, talking about location. Okay, let's practice. Is it ser or estar? And which conjugation? So you're going to have to refer to a verb chart. I'm not going to have one up for these practice sentences here. Okay, los sábados yo no blank cansado porque duermo mucho. Okay, so translating it to English, hopefully you got it. On Saturdays, I am not tired, so am, right? Porque, because I sleep a lot. So, first of all, is it ser or estar? Hopefully you figured that out with that verb cansado. I'm not tired. That's a condition, right? So we're going to use estar. And then we have to answer this question, which conjugation? So who's the subject in this sentence? Yo, that's the person it goes with. So in this case, estoy. Yo estoy, or yo no estoy cansado. And it's how the one is feeling is our reason. Okay, next one. Mis padres y Elena blank en la cocina. They are in the kitchen. Mis padres y Elena are in the kitchen. So is that ser or estar? It's a location. So we're going to use están. Now let's think about this. Están. What does that go with? It goes with the pronoun they. Because if you took these people here and put them into a pronoun, that they would be they. So if my parents and Elena are in the kitchen, they are eating breakfast, right? That's the pronoun that goes with that group of people. So use that conjugation están. Okay, number 3, ella, blank, un poco perezosa. She is a little lazy. Okay, hopefully you got it. It's ser because it's a personality trait, right? And ella is our subject. So it's going to go with es is the conjugation for that. Nosotros, atléticos, so we are athletic. This is kind of it could be multiple things. It's a personality trait. It's kind of a physical characteristic. Either way, it's more of a permanent type of thing saying we're athletic people, right? So it's definitely going to be ser. And which conjugation? Hopefully you can clearly see that subject pronoun right there is nosotros, so it's going to go with we. So somos. Nosotros somos atléticos. La cocina, blank, grande y amarilla. The kitchen is big and yellow. Hopefully you remember back from that chart. You use ser. You use ser for those physical descriptions. We're describing the kitchen, it's ser. Okay, which conjugation though? La cocina, that's our subject. That goes basically with it. So that one for he, she, you, it. Es. La cocina es grande y amarilla. It's kind of a permanent description. 6. La mesa y las sillas blank cerca de la ventana. So the table and the chairs are near the window. Which one? Ser or estar? Hopefully it's really clear at this point. It's definitely a star because it's location. Now we have here the conjugation están. Why did we use that? Well, let's look at our subject. We're talking about the table and the chairs. So that if we had to replace those words with a pronoun, it would be they. Like The table and the chairs are brown. They are close to the window, right? So están. Okay, please complete the questions for this activity now.